Okay everyone, this is week 2 of our course, and this is module 2, and I want to go over what your assignments are for this week and also give you some additional things that I think you might want to be thinking about as you go through this week. First of all, we're going to be watching 3 presentations and reading 3 notes that have been assigned for you. You'll be reading your textbook chapters 2 and chapter 8, and you'll be doing 2 group discussion board posts. And I want you to do those in a timely fashion, and make sure you watch the presentations and do your readings before you post so that it reflects the fact that you have some understanding of the questions that are being asked. And then you have to post 2 responses to the discussion board questions. Now, this week does not contain any video segments from the DVDs that you have to watch. However, there are other things I want you to consider doing. In the course spreadsheet, you should be able to find in there information relating to plagiarism. I want to make sure that you at least touch base on plagiarism, go over that. If you've forgotten what plagiarism is, you certainly would benefit by going over the information embedded within the course spreadsheet on plagiarism. You should also look at the writing helps that I have there. They were in module 1 technically, but I want you to go back to those and make sure you've printed out those writing helps and go over those, especially how to construct paragraphs, how to link your paragraphs together to make sense. This is not a time when you just write, okay? We're in graduate school now. You need to know what you're going to say before you say it, to have an outline of what you're going to say, and then link things together. I will also be sending, and actually you can download a sample research paper that one of my students did for a human development course this past semester, and I would like you to have a look at that to see proper APA formatting. She did a very good job on writing style as well. So please look at that. You'll want to turn on Microsoft Word proofing. There's information on how to do that in the course spreadsheet. You'll want to enter, as you start to find research articles on your topic that you've selected, you'll want to start to enter those into the research paper template illustrated. You want to enter your references in there, and I've given you information on how to properly enter citations into Microsoft Word's references, and then at the end of the day you can just print out your bibliography and voila, there it is. So you'll have everything in there properly as you go along. And as I mentioned before, I would probably keep a printout of the actual research articles for future reference for you as you go through the course and construct your research paper. If you have significant writing problems, please get help at the Liberty University Online Writing Center, and make sure that you get someone to help you proof this paper before you turn it in. It's okay to have someone help you proof it. Don't think you have to just do that by yourself. If you have problems with spelling or grammar, at least get someone to look over it with you. Now, applications of I always try to put in a little application each week regarding psychopathology. Well, this week I want to tell you a little bit about a tool that I use called the Milan Clinical Multi-Axel Inventory 3. And this was by Theodore Milan. You're going to be studying, and you'll see in your psychopathology textbook, that psychopathology is usually divided into Axis 1 disorders and Axis 2 disorders. Axis 1 disorders are anxiety, depression, etc. And believe it or not, 70% of the clients who come to see you will have either anxiety or depression or some form of that. So that's an important topic to look at. In addition, most of your clients, especially in my experience, Christian clients, have Axis 2 underlying personality disorders when they eventually come in to see you. This is also extremely important to look at with marital couples, because sometimes it's not clear why they're having so many problems, and it turns out to be an underlying personality disorder. So how do you assess for those? Well, you can do a clinical interview, but that's very difficult to get at some of these disorders, especially things such as narcissistic personality disorder. I frequently see people with narcissistic personality disorders, and I use the Milan to help discern that disorder, to help differentiate that. And unfortunately, many times people don't come back because that particular nature of that disorder is they don't have a problem, everyone else has a problem. But anyway, the Milan's a fantastic instrument to utilize in conjunction with you and to help you with differential diagnosis. Unfortunately, the training in that is only at the doctoral level normally, so you won't be able to use that tool yourselves. But you can get a PhD level psychologist work in conjunction with someone like that to do a diagnosis for you and then refer the person back to you for counseling. People do use me frequently for that because I'm one of the few doctoral level Christian counselors in our area and who has the expertise to do all these different tests. So I utilize these instruments to differentiate disorders, and then often we'll give them back to the master's level counselor for their counseling following that. So make sure you do utilize other people around you. Doctoral level people don't think, oh gee, I can't coordinate with them, or use them also as you go through learning. It's very good to talk to other people. Now you can't do specific talking about specific problems, but it's good. People call me up all the time to ask me my advice on a particular diagnosis or etc. So get to know people in your community. It's very helpful to create bridges to them as well. Okay, that's week 2. Get going. God bless. Bye-bye.